So did Dr. Berry talk at all about what we're doing in here?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to put this headband right around your forehead.
Mm-hmm.
So this is working on that parasympathetic system through neurofeedback training. So what you're going to do here, so you're going to try to shut everything off, almost like getting into a meditative type state. So you're going to hear feedback from the computer, from the TV, of pitches going up and down. Don't get caught up with the pitches, because that's all for the subconscious mind. Okay? So all you're trying to do, so you can relax right now, but all you're going to be trying to do is just turn your mind off and try to relax. Good. Here, let me explain this on through real quick. At the graphing, the goal is to have the graph go downwards at a 45-degree angle. So the more it goes down like this, the more the subconscious brain is shutting off and turning down. So you see here, it's good because you're able to stay underneath the baseline virtually the whole time, but you can see your brain gets a little fatigued, and as you're going down, you actually start going up. So all of those sounds, all that feedback is subconsciously training you to keep this going down more so.
Okay.
Okay? But for the first time, that's pretty darn good.
And like, if the brain goes up again in real life, what does that mean? Like, what kind of
That's like
effect?
your sympathetics are ramping up. So think about parasympathetics as your rest and digest with a lot of the GI-based complaints that you're having. So the more we're able to keep this down, the more we're turning on that rest and digest system without thinking about it. So that rest and digest system should be firing no matter what. And if something happens, you should be able to flip back and forth. So to be able to constantly fire at that, this is another one of many indicators that we use to help do that.
Okay. So currently, if it keeps spiking, it basically like my body can't rest as much.
Yeah, exactly. So do you know like the sympathetic and parasympathetic systems?
Yeah.
So as it sparks up like that, that's looking at a little bit more sympathetic dominance compared to the more we're able to chill and rest and give proper blood supply throughout the body. That's more that parasympathetic, which ties directly into that GI-based system. And this also is going to activate the vagus nerve, which remember the vagus nerve is from the brain, talks to the gut. It all has to do with one another.
Okay, fine. Okay, wanted to talk about some things for this. It's pretty much what he said, but as you can see, the underlying thing we're trying to address here is getting the immune system to calm down, right? A lot of the sessions I'm doing with the doctor that's one of the main things that we're addressing with whether it be with the muscles on my right side, getting signaling, training the brain to calm down, or things like this where we're going into this meditation, they're like checking signals in the brain. The whole idea is the immune system is on overdrive, right? It's like when it's going at this pace where it's not letting my body to rest, then it's not letting the gut to digest. Because for the gut to digest, you kind of have to be, your body has to be in a relaxed state. It can't be thinking it's always getting chased. Now, this is a pretty simple concept. I was actually aware of it for years, but I didn't really understand what drives, like what actually moves the needle, right? I used to think to be relaxed, you could, meditate, take a warm bath, get a massage, go for a walk, just overall in your day-to-day, make things simple. So there's nothing really that makes you very stressed out, right? Now, although that's true, these are the things you can do to have an impact. What it seems like is that by doing all of that, even if you're a very disciplined person and taking, very well taking care of your day-to-day routine, etc., with these things that I mentioned, it's not going to be even close to moving the needle as something if you were to be able to address an overactive immune system, right? Like the operating system is functioning on overdrive. So no matter like the meditation I'm doing and all this stuff is like was kind of like putting sugar on top of the like sugar coating it when the main thing doesn't work, right? So I was a little surprised, disappointed, you could say, because when he said that you can put this over your head, we're just going to check these things. He said get into a meditative state. I thought that, okay, all right, this is going to be something that I can score pretty well in, because I have been experiencing, like I have been meditating for some time. But the good part is it explains a lot, because even though I'm doing all these things, meditating, just like trying to be more relaxed, regulating my sleep in all kinds of ways, checking the humidifier, the temperature in the room, blankets, mattresses, all these things I'm testing, I'm still having trouble sleeping more than 3 hours. I'm still having, I keep constantly waking up at the middle of the night, my heart's racing, and that happens like 5, 6, 7 times each night on average, and it's just still very hard to get any kind of rest. And this addresses that, right? The immune system in of itself is on overdrive, so whatever I do like consciously throughout the day is quite minimal. So that's pretty much that. So this looks like it is gonna be one of the big things we're gonna address, and it seems like it is more addressable than some of the other symptoms, reactions, problems I'm having. So this is what we're gonna be diving more into as over the next weeks, months, and see if we can move the needle in this particular part, getting the immune system to calm down so it can let the gut rest and get into digest mode. And then the idea would be eventually, if that happens, maybe I'll be able to introduce some foods that the gut can then tolerate.